Hi guys, we already started talking about linear equations when we looked at slope and also direct variation. Now we're going to start looking at the three forms of a line. The first one that we're going to look at is slope-intercept form. And the first concept of slope-intercept form is we're going to determine what the slope and the y-intercept is from a given equation. Before we get into anything, I want to introduce slope-intercept form itself. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. In this equation, the m is our slope, and the b is our y-intercept. So we have our slope, which is m, and we already talked about that when we said m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And our y-intercept is where our graph, or where the equation of a line, crosses our y-axis. Our y-axis was the one that went up and down. So we're looking at where our line crosses our y-axis, and that was our y-intercept. So now we're using our slope and that point where it crosses the y-axis to write an equation. So looking at this example here, it's asking us to determine the slope and the y-intercept of the line, and they represent the line in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So if we're looking at that, we have our y equals mx plus b. In this case, our m is replaced by a 6, and our b is replaced by a 3. So m is our slope, so our slope would be equal to 6. That's telling us the slope of that line. And our y-intercept is replaced by a 3. So it's crossing the y-axis at 3. We'll cross at that point. And with a slope of 6, that means we go up 6 and over 1. And then we'd have the graph of our line. So from that equation, we found our slope and our y-intercept. Another example here, asking us to determine the slope and the y-intercept of this equation, or of this line. Again, y equals mx plus b. In this case, m is replaced by, or negative 2 over 3. So our slope is equal to negative 2/3. Our y-intercept is replaced by a negative 8. Remember, it's y equals mx plus b. So we have this plus sign here. Up here it says negative. Another way to write this equation to make it look like y equals mx plus b would be y equals negative 2 over 3x plus negative 8. So there we can clearly see that our y-intercept is negative 8. It crosses the y-axis at negative 8. Alright, that's all we have for this lesson. The first section that you're going to try in IXL is S4. I would like you to get a SMART score of 80 or better. In that section, you will be determining your slope and your y-intercept, just like we did in this lecture. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Have a great day.